What's going on, everyone, and welcome to the Trail Theory Podcast. I'm Brian.
I'm Alex.
I'm Austin.
And I'm Pfeiffer. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Trail Theory Podcast. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, gentlemen. How we doing?
What up?
I'm okay.
Yeah?
I'm okay. Well,
good. Right. After nice camping last time we met. We were outside. It was freezing. It was great.
It was a tease.
My eye was so messed up after for like 5 days.
Why? What, just standing in smoke for like 24 hours straight?
The smoke damage that my body took,
man.
It was brutal. I think the last part of it was because thank you. I was trying to cook those steaks.
There we go.
And being over top of the fire, constantly having to flip because it was just at that point we were, I think, just too lazy to actually regulate how much flame and fire and hot.
I think we were hungry.
We were just hungry.
I'm just going to keep flipping.
Listen, it doesn't matter because they turned out fantastic.
So good.
So it was definitely worth you having eye problems for a week.
Yeah, exactly.
To have amazing steaks.
Yeah, smoke damage in the eye was definitely worth it. But speaking of the steaks, I just went to a really, I won't mention the steakhouse that I went to last night. It's supposed to have some of the best steak in our area.
Was it not that good?
I think the steak that we did over top of the fire was better.
Yes. Well, that's the experience.
I'm confident that I can make a better steak. Not confident. I know I can make a better steak.
Well, yeah, I mean, we did it.
We did.
Yeah. Also, those
even at home,
those cuts were...
They were choice cuts. You did a good job picking those out.
Costco, baby.
Yeah, that was great.
Thick cuts.
Ribeyes.
Kirkland.
I got one left in my freezer.
We're not here to talk about steaks
Saturday,
or camping unless it comes up in our Would You Rather. So we're going to do Would You Rather gear malfunctions.
Ooh,
so everyone will make up sort of scenarios of would you rather have this happen or this happen, and which is worse, or how would you handle that, or whatever. So
some of the ones I have happened.
Really? Oh, dude, yeah.
To me specifically.
See, I'm looking at my list and they're just making me laugh. So we cannot start with me. We cannot start with me.
I'll start with I'll softball one. All right.
So didn't we, just to put a quick note, didn't we do a similar episode to this?
We did.
That wasn't gear related, though?
It wasn't gear related, and we did do sort of a would you rather.
It was this or that.
We didn't have
this or that.
Yeah, it was this or that. We didn't have video at that time. And
right.
Actually, we did this the last episode too when we were outside. We referenced linking another video up there.
And we didn't do it.
And we didn't do it because we don't have the video. There's no video of an episode.
That's incredible.
Whoops.
So
whoops-a-daisy.
Yeah.
Well, we just keep doing it long enough. Eventually, we'll be referencing newer, videos,
older videos. Yeah.
So I'll throw a softball.
We will also just run out of things to talk about eventually too. Like episode 102, it's like we've covered all the topics.
We're done.
Yeah, we keep saying that's going to happen, and it never will.
The next episode, not this one, but the next one is the one where we
run out of stuff to talk
done.
about. Yeah.
So unless you guys comment, keep doing it or something like that.
Yeah.
Or give us a like or subscribe or do something.
I don't know. Somewhere down here, there'll be there won't be a button that you can click.
There might be a bell, right
68% of everyone watching isn't subscribing. So John, I know you're watching. We know you're watching.
We got you, John.
John and Mike.
No,
you got Mike. Mike already did it.
Yeah, we got Mike.
Mike, you're good.
John's not.
John,
didn't we get Peter too?
Peter. No, Peter.
He didn't.
We got Sam.
We didn't get.
We got
Peter.
Sam.
Did we get Sam?
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. So
we know who you are.
We know who you are. You sons of.
So, John,
analytics. It's analytics, guys.
When you signed that agreement and YouTube and all that stuff, it's coming to us. We know who you are.
You think it's an FBI agent that's watching you?
Yeah,
it's Trail Theory.
Really just us.
Hello.
Trying to hold my hand, bro.
All right,
you guys getting cozy over here?
I will.
Would you rather? Again, I'll do a softball. You're on the trail. We're out for the typical loop.
Yes,
3 nights.
all of these. Right. That's the situation.
Yeah. All right, so we're.
We're on
is this going to be another West Ridge?
We're on a plane. Would you rather sit next to a crying baby or have the plane go down in turbulence?
What?
Which one?
So is this going to be an episode where I say something completely normal and Austin just completely destroys me for no reason?
It could be.
So guys, we're backpacking, right?
This is for backpacking.
We're backpacking. yeah, that's what the podcast is.
Let me set the scene here. We're in the wilderness.
Grief.
In the woods.
All right.
You can smell
We're going to
the
get to
moss.
this at some point.
The leaves are crunching under our feet.
Is this, if you want to switch to an ASMR episode?
I'm listening.
All right.
We're off the rails.
We are.
Right, let's bring it back.
So,
give it to us.
broken or cut shoelace, no replacements. Like walking around with a shoe and loose shoelaces.
Floppy shoe.
Floppy
sliced.
shoe.
Tongue.
Or your the tightener bracket on your headlamp strap is busted. You can't tighten it. So if it even stays on your head at all, it's loose.
It's like loose and flopping around.
Easy. Yeah. Would you rather? Which one?
The headlamp, for sure. I don't give a fuck about that. I want my laces and my boots to be good.
Yeah.
I would agree, but Alex,
I would hold my light in my mouth.
Yeah, I would just hold my light. I don't need to wear it on my head.
Yeah.
there's
So-
other options.
My boots, if the laces came out, the tongue is integrated, so it would
but
stay
it's
down.
still loose.
I'd be fine.
You'd still
It's like a
feel
little
it.
booty. Yeah, it's fine. It'd be fine.
You just there's no difference.
You're
Why
gonna
does it
get
have laces in the
blisters.
first place?
yeah, it's like integrated into
You're
the
100% right.
He's got
There's no
laceless.
difference.
Why are there laces?
Yeah, why have laces?
boot. Listen, just strap them down.
What is this magical boot?
It's just the Adidas Free Hiker.
Adidas
It's
Free Hiker
basically
with
it's just
no
a high
laces.
top boot, and it's like got like a booty in it, like not.
Yeah.
And it
but
is
it would be
the-
loose hiking.
You would
in it.
feel it.
I mean, it would be loose. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Put an extra pair of
It'd
socks
be
on.
looser, but I'd be all right.
Why are we arguing so hard about this right
we're
now?
ready.
First one.
Because it's number one.
Golly,
So
man.
yeah, I mean,
Wow.
I could. You're not. You're
I mean,
using
listen,
a headlamp for a little bit.
In a
You're
perfect
using the boot all
world,
day.
like the headlamp is not a big
You
deal.
use it for 5 seconds.
But I'm just saying, I like that feature.
yeah. Okay.
So
all right.
I figured that was going to be
man.
like an easy.
I'm
like,
zigging while you guys zag.
That's
okay?
fine. No,
Zig.
that's fine. All right, that's the softball. That is.
Austin. Austin
get
didn't
going.
answer.
A softball. And
I
we're
did,
already,
yeah.
already-
Oh, you did?
we're
You said
already
I would
using
hold
it.
my headlamp in my mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. That's
Do
right.
my
You
stuff.
did say the mouth. Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
just your hand. Like you don't have to.
No, I'm doing stuff with my hand. That's
yeah.
why
You
it
need
goes
your,
on my
you
head.
need your hands free.
Yeah.
That's why it goes on my head
I'm
normally.
fighting a bear and I got to see.
Yeah.
Right.
Wrestling.
The wrestling the
Revenant style.
bears.
If I'm fighting a bear, dude, doesn't matter if
Who
I got
cares
laces
about
or
the
not,
headlamp?
dude.
Game
I'm
over.
gone.
Yeah, survival
Game
mode, dude.
over.
Wrestling.
All right, what do we got?
What's that from? Wrestling? Yeah, they're just wrestling. What is that?
I got a good one.
right.
I thought you said you couldn't go first or second.
I'm going second. This one's not as outrageous because I got some outrageous ones. All right.
All right.
Would you rather every piece of your gear be slightly sticky or slightly greasy for the whole trip? All of your gear is either slightly sticky or slightly
Ew,
greasy.
dude.
Slightly sticky or slightly greasy.
Does that include your backpack?
I mean, everything, dude.
everything.
You pull your cup out, sticky. Dude, I'm going sticky. Grease is weird, man.
Greasy's
no,
weird.
You want to know why? Think of your sleeping bag.
Ew, dude.
You want that to be sticky, dude?
Yeah,
Well,
but
you sleep
greasy
naked
is
and
just
yours
like,
is sticky,
I
isn't it?
mean, I'd rather slip and slide a little bit than be like, saran wrap.
how much
you know?
grease? Like, are we talking petroleum jelly? Like, this is just a weird scenario. I don't like either of them.
That's why it's a great question. I think I'm with you because like there's some things that I think are weird, sticky.
Tack is okay.
A little tack might be okay with like a water bottle, things you're handling.
Yeah,
it's like
yeah,
okay,
you know, whatever. You get
But
annoying.
slide
dude,
through your
bag
hands.
is
sleeping
no good,
bag
dude.
being greasy is a weird one.
No,
like,
not I think sticky for
Would be
sleeping
worse.
bag is
or yeah,
worse.
being
Yeah.
sticky would
Yeah.
be weird. Or like
Think of trying to put your tent together. If it's sticky, everything's just your rain fly. It'd be impossible. You
yeah,
wouldn't be
you're
able
like
to do it.
you're like Clark Griswold going to bed and Christmas vacation. He's grabbing things, a little sap,
Oh.
you know. He's like,
Dude, you're like a toddler because everything's sticky.
I think I'd go greasy.
I think so. Yeah.
Which sucks because I feel like my
Yeah, your
backpack's
pack would
gonna
be
be
sliding off
but
your
like,
back.
bro,
Yeah.
Sticky, man. It'd be
Bro.
like a
Like
football
stick 'em-
player back in the day when they used to like basically tape down the jerseys.
Yeah.
Like everything would be compact, man. You'd be golden.
I think
You wouldn't lose
I'm going
anything.
greasy.
Sticky.
Are we split? What do we
I'm
got?
going
Austin?
sticky. I think
You're going. Oh man, 50,
I don't want
50
to,
split.
but
we got
I
we need a
think it's gonna be
tiebreaker.
sticky.
Paul.
I would go sticky.
Nice.
There's a
The
sound
tiebreaker.
bite.
Guys.
Stick
God.
gang.
All right,
getting sticky
All right,
over
so-
here.
Choose the sticky.
I'll go next. Would you rather have a tent collapse on you every night at 2 a.m. or have your sleeping pad slowly deflate over the course of the night?
Oh, I know.
It's so funny because I feel like if I knew it was going to collapse at 2 a.m., I'd just sit there like, I can't go to sleep.
You wouldn't be able to go to bed.
Like,
right.
It's coming.
Yeah.
I got to stay up so I can rebuild my tent. Oh, man, that's a good one because...
I've had both these happen.
So you can't answer yet.
It wasn't 2 a.m. It was
you answer last because you probably already know. See, the thing about the deflating pad is I would like it to just be over with and just be deflated. A half deflated one where you're kind of like moving around
slowly
sucks.
deflates all the way through the night.
I hate that.
Yeah.
I think I choose tent.
You think? Just
I've
consolidate the pain and just get it over. Do it once and then be done
I've
with it.
not had a deflating pad. I know you have.
Mm-hmm.
Don't want to ever go there. That sucks. At least a tent, if it just collapses, you could put it back up.
This is getting way specific, but I think it matters. What's the timing of deflating? Like, is it slowly deflating to where by the time morning comes, it's at nothing? Or is it at nothing at like 2 a.m.?
At nothing at like, let's say it's at 2 a.m.
Okay, so you're on the ground.
Because at 2 a.m. both things
2 a.m.
happen, let's say. Yeah. You're
That's
on
a
the
tough
ground
one.
at 2 a.m.
Listen, man,
Now,
your tent you could put back up.
Yep.
The pad's going to deflate again if it deflated once.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you could blow it back up and
then-
just know that it's going to start deflating right away again.
The ground is so hard.
The ground is
And if
hard.
it's cold, I mean...
If you don't have a good spot and you get rocks underneath you.
I got it. I think I got a good tent.
I think so.
Yeah.
Because you can wake up one. I'll use that as my pee
That's a
break.
tough one.
Right,
You know,
that'll be
I'll
my excuse
put it-
to actually get out of the tent and pee
Yeah.
rather than stay in the tent and wait.
Plus,
Yeah.
that's a funnier story.
It's dark. It's dark. It's going to be harder to.
I'll
have your
have
headlamp.
my headlamp.
I'll have my headlamp
Unless
in my
it's
mouth.
broken. You're gonna
Whammo.
have it, you're gonna have it in your mouth.
I just think of like, how do we make this real? And I'm just picturing like an alarm goes off and someone just wakes up and just kicks out one of the tent poles. It's just like every night on the dot. Is like,
What if the
Maybe
tent
next trip we go on, at 2 a.m. we're
One of us is
unhooked
gonna-
someone's tent. Be like, well, you chose tent. So.
what if it's 2 a.m. and you're putting it back up and the tent's greasy?
No. See if it's sticky, it won't fall apart.
Yeah, right.
There you go.
I would choose tent.
yeah, I think
Yeah.
so.
Yeah,
Might
I think
be
that's good.
unanimous
I
for
think
sure.
I'm team tent.
Yeah.
For sure.
All right, here's one.
All right, Alex, you go.
We're gonna stay in tent land because these are two tent things that would equally suck. Rainfly left at home, or your tent floor rips halfway through the trip. It's raining, by the way.
Easy.
It's a rainy trip. What was the first one? You left your rainfly at home?
You've no rainfly. You left it at home, or the tent floor rips.
Ripped floor.
Yeah, I'm gonna go rip floor.
Yeah,
I carry duct tape, so it'll be repaired.
And even if we say you don't, even if we say you can't do that. So if it's raining and you don't have a fly, guaranteed you're not sleeping a wink. I mean, there's just actively going to be rain falling in your face.
I mean,
you'll be soaked.
At least if you have a fly and there's a hole, it might seep in a bit. Like you
Maybe.
can,
you could be on a
manage-
high ground spot
Yeah,
or on a
think about
rocky
this.
area that drains well.
If
And
you've got your fly that covers you the whole footprint,
It's really not gonna-
usually depending on if it's
just stay
super,
dry.
super
unless
hot.
you're at Mount Mitchell
was
and,
gonna say,
and
unless
you're
it's that.
sleeping in a puddle. But
unless
if
it's
you're in
that.
a good camp spot, that's a solvable
a
thing.
lot of the
Yeah.
time when it does rain and you're either flat or you have a little bit of runoff, like and you're not like in the middle of a valley here.
Yeah.
Underneath is completely dry.
Usually
I
when I
agree.
pick up my footprint and it's
like
been
a
wet,
dry
it's totally
spot.
dry. It's a dry spot.
Yeah.
So
if,
yeah,
if
I
you
think
do
it's fine.
forget your rainfly, though, it's less weight you have to pack.
You are true.
yeah,
That's
totally
true.
worth it.
There's always a silver lining.
Unless it's like yours where it's or is yours combined or no, it's not combined.
one piece.
Is
I
it
don't
one
know, I haven't
piece?
put it up before. It is one piece.
Yeah, okay. So if you forgot your rainfly, you'd forget your tent.
That's true. Yeah,
just out.
I'd be on the ground.
Yeah.
Rip
Cowboy tent.
thick. It doesn't matter.
Cowboy camping.
in a bush.
Yeah.
So
And
you
we
only
know
have
bush.
one choice here, really.
Sorry, Paul.
we know,
you're sleeping on the ground.
We know from
with no tent.
we know from Cranberry, I think it was Cranberry, when we decided to go no fly the one night.
Manistee.
Manistee, that's right. And it did start raining. That was it. instant wake up.
I didn't
call.
do
It's
that.
like,
Everybody,
I
did that.
I had my fly
You were
on.
okay, because there was a rustle between
Yeah.
all of us to get it on.
I've
I
never
remember
gotten out of my tent.
I
and
remember
gotten stuff
laughing
set
at
up
you
so
guys. You're
fast.
like, I'm like, haha, you guys are getting wet.
You know what? I was sitting here
It was
watching
very
The
quick.
Office, and you guys
it
were
was
getting
like
wet.
we were all up. It was like we were all assembled.
Dare you?
Yeah.
I was watching Grandma's Boy.
It was pretty impressive. Like I was impressed with myself after.
Yeah.
It was less than
I
like
will
a minute
say,
and a half.
Well, you kinda had to.
We have
Yeah.
only ever done that, the fly list thing, and now I'm kind of like, damn, I want to do that.
Yeah.
One time.
One time.
Yeah, because it's usually friggin' cold.
True.
I know.
And you're
I
trying
know.
to keep in as much heat as you can, or
just
it
I'm
is
just surprised,
it is
I
a
guess.
chance of rain.
I've
And also,
definitely
you never
here's the
know.
difference with Manistee though, is that especially when we were on the lake, we had nothing. We had complete open
Nothing.
sky.
Yeah, it was. there was
Usually we're in
nothing
the
above us.
woods,
At
and
that
it's like
spot, we
you
did
know,
not have
hang
open
on,
sky.
hang on,
on the-
hang on.
Oh, in the second spot we didn't. Yeah, I don't know why we
because it was
hang
on
on,
the lake.
guys.
Yeah.
So at Manistee,
It was in
That
that
night-
valley.
that night that it rained, we were in the valley. There was coverage. I don't know why we didn't put that shit on.
And it was
Maybe we
cold.
didn't know that it was gonna we couldn't see the clouds because there was
thought it
coverage.
I think we were kind of
But
high
the
on
night
like
before-
the night
was at the
before we did
lake.
it, and it's like, oh, it was so cool.
I'm getting there.
All right.
The night before,
Yeah.
we were on the lake.
Right.
I slept in my hammock with no fly the entire night.
Right.
And it was awesome. You guys put your fly on?
No, not that night.
Okay, yeah.
I thought it was that.
I
night.
had my fly on that.
a
We were
different
when
night.
we were on the lake. That was a different night.
Oh,
we
I
went
thought
no
it was
fly,
that
and it was
night.
beautiful.
On
And
the
for
lake,
some
it was
reason,
a cold night though too.
it was.
I'm starting to not remember some of these trips now.
That means we got to go back. We've done it 16 of them.
Not that I
Right?
can't remember, but like the details of it. Like I'm like, I don't know.
We've done enough, and it's been enough time that it's
Yeah, I
starting to
guess.
blur.
Yeah,
which
I mean,
is
it's
kind
been
of
over the
cool.
course of what 7 years or whatever, 6, 7.
It's kind of
7
cool because like
years.
every trip in my head is like
That
always been like so special and so
Yeah.
many memories. And then when you have some that are like, oh man,
that
what
was a
happened? And it's
memorable
like,
spot.
whoa.
It was
It
that
was-
lake.
Paul
That lake
Paul
was-
has a lot of memories from that spot, and it was
Yeah.
the one in the valley.
Those memories were shit.
Literally,
That
literally.
spot stunk, but it actually was kind of a crappy spot.
It was.
We had water, which I guess was okay.
Well, we ran out of time.
Yeah,
It was
we
getting
were
dark. It
we
was
were
getting
kind of
dark.
like between a rock and a hard place.
Yeah.
That
Finding
spot,
a spot.
that spot was to die area for.
I don't even know if it was a campsite.
It was.
It was
not.
No, because
No.
remember we were kind of rushing ahead because we
There-
had passed a few spots, and we were like, oh, we'll just go ahead.
Yeah.
And then we were kind of like, oh shoot, we really need to start getting.
I remember
somewhere.
like sprinting.
You and
with
I
you.
were like, we're
went
gonna
up
scout ahead, and we just
sprinted.
Yeah.
Full pack.
Would you rather do an episode about Would You Rather or Manistee National Park?
Manistee National Park.
Manistee. All right. I've got one. Would you rather your trail shoes squeak like a clown nose every step or leave tiny glitter footprints behind?
Glitter footprints.
Leave no trace, dude.
Glitter footprints.
Pack those footprints out.
Dude,
No.
Mount Mitchell. Mount Mitchell. We left glitter footprints.
It's just
Yeah.
what was that? Feldspar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all it is. That's my. Oh
Yeah.
man,
Yeah, dude.
we're not leaving a trace. It's just
Yeah.
Feldspar.
It's just there.
Glitter footprints. I agree. I think
Dude, that
not
would
only
get
am I annoying
so
myself,
annoying.
but everybody else. Yeah.
Dude, that just sparked. So I went to that film festival a couple weeks ago for the Banff Mountain Film Festival.
Okay.
It was in Cleveland. And one of the movies, it was the last one. It was like 50 minutes long. It was epic. It was so good. It was these group of guys that were like trekking through Denali. And like so they did this 50-day long like tour.
Wow.
It was insane.
Tell us more.
It was all in French.
Nice.
So
Oui, oui.
I hate movies that are with subtitles because I
Don't know how to read.
get so fixated on the words
It's
and
distracting.
reading it.
Yeah.
I
It
can't
is the-
actually like watch the movie. Like I can't see it. It sucked. But it was the one on Friday. Paul, if you're looking up what the movie was called, because I can't remember off the top of my head. But anyways, one of the guys, when they were going through with their skis, because they're also skiers, so they like hiked up 2 different mountains. One of them was Denali. They would ski down, but so for their skis though, his boot squeaked the whole time.
Oh, jeez.
He's like, I'm so over this shit. For almost 50 days.
That's crazy.
Just straight squeaking.
Oh my
Dude,
God.
it
It
was
sounded like
brutal.
SpongeBob.
You know what? If he had
Yeah.
a greasy pack, he'd have been able to clean that up.
It was brutal.
That's true.
That's true. You're absolutely
Take
right.
some of that grease.
Greasy.
Which were you sandstone?
It was
Were
the
you-
first one. There was the one on Friday.
Is that quartzite or is
no,
that
one-
basalt? Must have been
I
that
can't.
one.
I can't see from here.
There's Home from Home, Wolf of Wingsuit, Canyon Chorus, Dropping Molly,
Wild Days.
Wild Days.
It is maybe Wild Days.
Yeah,
Does that say
Denali
15 minutes?
in Denali.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
that
yeah.
one. Wild Days, dude. It was so good. It was Dropping Molly was really good too.
What
You
was that
dropped
about?
Molly?
Molly's the
In
girl.
Denali.
It was
the kayaking
it was
one?
super cool. The one
The
yeah
Dropping
the
Molly
Canyon
one?
course was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were
That's
all
cool.
really good.
I was so bummed to not go to that. That was cool.
I wish you guys would have been able to go. It was pretty
same.
awesome.
Well, we didn't.
Well,
Yeah.
so glitter footprints.
Glitter.
Okay.
glitter
Sorry,
all day
glitter.
long.
All right.
Yeah.
Leave no trace, dude. Yeah, ruin the environment.
Well, hey, it's the squeaking breaks leave no
It's
trace
the
too.
it's the
annoying
kind
to
of
all
glitter
brains.
that goes
yeah, but
away.
you can pack in, pack out squeaks.
You could just get a
The
net.
squeaks don't stay.
Just get a net
Put it in
behind you.
earbuds.
Just drag it. It would be brutal.
Just cleaning the
dude.
trail.
That'd be bad.
Yeah.
That'd be bad. All right. The rest of mine are so silly. Please, somebody else have a real one.
Fife. There you go.
My opener was my.
Okay.
Only one?
Would
No,
you?
I got some others bubbling.
Would
Go
you
for it.
rather bring only expired freeze-dried meals or forget your utensil? So forget your spork or your what's the other one
Oh,
called?
dude, easy.
The
foon?
the foon or the spork.
I can survive without a utensil, man. That's a solvable
I'm
problem.
getting a foon for the next
Foon is a
trip. for
nice
sure.
idea, dude.
That's interesting. So
So
here's my question about expired dehydrated food, freeze-dried food. Does it go rancid? Or
yeah,
is
there's worms and maggots in it. No, I don't know.
That's not how it works.
I don't know.
So first
Yuck.
off, yeah, the date it depends. I don't know how expired we're talking, but I think
expired.
so 10 years past the date.
Sure. And
Is it just dust?
It
I
was
mean,
it was
yeah.
made 50 years ago then at that point. Right?
So I'm not
man.
risking it. I can make a utensil out of a lot of different stuff.
Yeah, I don't want to with food.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, I mean, you could just
That's a t-shirt.
you could just shovel it in your mouth, let it
Yeah.
Could.
slurp
I mean,
it up.
you could
Andrew
take the
forgot
bag
his,
and just pour it in your
either
face if you
forgot
need
or
to.
lost his, and he made chopsticks.
Yeah.
oh
that's
damn,
right.
that's smart.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll just
Just
forget on
bushcraft, just
purpose.
bushcraft something.
Yeah, find a stick. I mean, get a
Yeah.
leaf. You could probably get a leaf too and pour it onto a leaf. or
There's
something.
so many options. You can get
Yeah,
a
I think
flat
I
rock.
would forget the utensil
know,
as well.
that's,
I don't
uh,
want to eat expired food.
I mean, you could pour it into your cup and then just slurp it
Drink
up.
it.
Like you probably add a little water, make it watery.
Mm-hmm.
You could
That would not be very good.
choking down some.
Don't need
some,
a foon for a Chipotle burrito on night one.
Ooh, baby.
No, you
True.
don't. God, that sounds so good right now.
Specifically a trail burrito.
I tried to
You
get.
know-
Yeah.
When Paul and I don't know if you remember this as well as I do.
Oh,
or
is
if
this for Harper's Ferry?
Yeah. It was when we made Chipotle burritos that trip.
Got you that
That
hard?
was they were crispy. Do you
They
remember
were
that?
crispy when we were on Mount Mitchell.
It's because you cook them over a fire. Of course they're crispy.
Listen, I know. There was we
But they were-
waited.
they were
we
Harper's
waited,
Ferry crispy.
We waited a long time.
You got to wait 45 minutes. You got to cook it for like 40
Yeah.
minutes.
and it was just we
Yeah.
we
Was
had
it
like
the
a good
night-
spot.
Was it the night that we were under the rainfly and it was raining the whole?
No, that was when we were
They
in
were-
the red.
That was the red. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, we were at that campsite, right?
Yes.
Yes.
We had the bench.
Yeah.
And
They,
they
were,
were
just, for
cuddling
whatever
and-
reason.
That doesn't sound
now-
like a backpacking trip. That sounds like
They
a
were-
camping
they were
trip. That sounds
cuddling
too
and-
luxe.
It was
Somebody
more
was
like a
talking
date.
to-
You guys are
Listen,
cheating.
we were at an AT campground and we had firewood for purchase.
Talking about,
we
like, oh, I'm
purchased
so
it.
glad Brian and Pfeiffer
So we
aren't
could
here.
we could set the fire up because it was literally like split logs. So it was like the fire was just
Yeah.
really well organized.
Yeah.
So we had like true spots for it to
Right,
be
right.
balanced, but it was just so good. And I
What we
Trail
had
burritos.
we had a good setup for burritos at was it
Black Forest.
Black Forest?
Black
The ones
Forest,
where we
yeah.
hung them over,
Yeah,
like a
where they
little
had the
hammock, burrito hammock.
Yeah.
That was
The bougie boys over
yeah.
here.
Yes.
that was
we
that
watered
was
the
when we did
logs.
we
watered
watered
logs, had
Yeah.
pot stickers,
pot stickers and
And
steak.
steak. That was the
Steak,
steak
yeah.
night.
Chipotle
Man, that
Chipotle
was
pot stickers and steak.
Oh, dude, we
That
were
was a memorable
dude,
night.
We were
yeah.
gluttons.
I mean,
Gluttonous.
it's gonna happen again when we're going out in like
I think
a month.
so. Yeah,
We
we'll
are.
probably
I mean,
bring steak again.
Yeah.
Like I did
Ooh,
last time.
baby.
Yeah, we're gonna
That was
feast.
it's just too easy to do.
We're gonna feast.
It was easy to do.
It always comes back to food.
We've now found the method.
I
I'm
cut
figuring out-
the steaks up into cubes. I put olive oil in it, a little salt and pepper, and like let it marinate in that for like a full day, and then put it in the freezer.
Awesome. I'm bringing eggs.
Are you?
I'm figuring it out.
Do you need my 2 little egg hard shell things?
Yes.
Yeah,
I do.
You can have it.
Thanks. All right.
He's in. Eggies.
I'm in.
Speaking of freeze-dried meals, would you rather eat a freeze-dried meal that didn't rehydrate enough or was way too watery? So,
Yeah.
one that's a little undercooked, didn't rehydrate very well, or one that just got too soupy.
So drink it or break your teeth.
Ooh, this is
a tough one. This is a really tough one.
I think I'm going undercooked. Sometimes it's
Really?
soup because I can deal with a little bit of chewiness.
Yeah, it's the crunch though.
I guess it depends on the meal.
It depends on the meal.
A crunchy
'cause
noodle
some are soggier.
is like such a in one of the pasta ones. A crunchy noodle is just
It's a bad mouthfeel.
Yeah, it's just that or
Some of the watery ones though, it's like
yeah. But if you know it and it's like I'm just gonna drink this,
Like-
it's soup.
Like one of my favorite ones is sausage gravy with biscuits. If that was too watery,
Yeah, that would suck.
I would hate that.
That would
yeah,
suck.
that-
I'd rather it be
would just-
thicker.
But would you?
know?
But
Would
would you?
just be a bag of puke, dude.
Yeah. Would you?
well, but you can also just zip
Damn
it up
it.
and wait.
That's
No,
not.
but that's
the
not
scenario.
fair.
Yeah, I know.
You can't cheat.
God, always trying to skirt the rules.
I think I would go too watery. I would too watery.
throw it away.
I'd go too
Yeah,
watery.
I'm the same.
Put it
I
in the
would rather-
microwave and heet it up.
I'd rather drink it.
I would go too watery.
We're on the trail. There's no microwave.
We're joking.
I know. You're joking.
Would you rather bring a microwave or
It's a joke.
Yeah, I would
It's a joke.
I would do too watery.
Yeah, too watery.
Too watery.
Yeah.
Only because I know you like what was the meal that you had to actually spit out because you got that.
That's what I thought too.
Oh yeah, I can't remember who made it, but it was a piece of chicken did not rehydrate at all, and it was like a pebble, and I went. I think it was an old Ready Wise one.
Yeah,
but I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, not the pro meals, but
No, like one of the
standard
Piece of
ones.
gristle.
Yeah,
That one was
No,
on
it was
video,
like
so we can go back and find
hard
out.
pebble chicken. It was like I thought, like I on camera I looked like I broke a tooth or needed to throw up. It was
I thought
just
you
like
were throwing up.
I
thought
spit
so
it
too.
out.
Yeah.
I was spitting it out. I was
Yeah.
like, oh. That was no. I think if that's the case, based on that, reminding me of that experience, I think maybe a little too watery.
Yeah, watery.
Because I think I can drink it down, especially if it's like a cold night. You can hold the bag.
True.
You could, or if you don't want to eat, you could just
Pour it out.
Ziploc it and put it by your feet in your sleeping bag.
Oh, that's
Got
risky.
a warm bag. Yeah, you ain't go with
Risky. I'm not
fucking
trying. I mean, we've talked a
soupy
lot
feet.
about the zippers on those with other things.
That would not be
Wag
great.
bag. But
boy.
yeah, I'm not sure I'm putting a bag of biscuits and gravy
Yeah, right.
in my sticky or greasy
Ew.
sleeping bag.
These things don't compile onto each other. They're all separate.
But why not?
I don't
Like they're all happening.
I don't know if I want to go out then.
That's funny.
Oh my gosh.
No,
I
still would.
That'd be a hell of a trip.
I still would.
I got one.
Do it.
Ooh.
Okay, cutting utensil or fire starter.
So
Like what you have with you.
Yeah.
You can only
I
pick
only
one.
have one: a cutting utensil or a fire starter. Fire starter, including like lighters
Yeah.
and like the
Yeah,
just the
anything.
ability to start.
Oh, so
Okay.
you're gonna have to go like old fashioned, like banging
Right,
two
right.
rocks together,
Or just not have a
do
fire.
the bow,
Right,
or
right.
not. Oh,
So what? Cutting
Sorry.
utensils.
Oh.
We'll
That's
leave no
just
cutting
nice.
utensil
Oh.
for if you didn't have
Leave
fire.
no trace expert over
But
here.
hold on a second though. That would also mean you can't start your stove.
Well, mine has a starter, so
Oh,
Good call.
Kablamo.
Good call.
Snow Peak for the win.
So without a fire starter, you got to do it very old fashioned way, and you can't. But you can cut stuff to actually help with doing that
I'm going.
because you'd be able to actually
you'd have
get kindling and do the
saw,
whole
axe.
thing.
I'm going
Nice.
saw and axe without that. I want the fire starter
I think I'm
I'm
there
the
too.
same.
because I'd
Yeah.
find little
Yeah, you
sticks
can
and
find-
I'd
yeah.
build something up.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
break stuff with your hands. Yeah, I think I'm doing that too.
Yeah.
You'll never get like a roaring fire because you won't be able to get some
Big enough.
good old
yeah.
logs
It
and
shouldn't
everything.
be
but-
roaring anyway.
Well, yeah, I know, but
Yeah,
sometimes
be responsible.
Not
man.
on the backcountry guy. Come on.
Come on, buddy.
roaring, comfortable,
little
same
buddy.
thing.
Just call him a little buddy. No, that's so disrespectful.
I didn't call him
Just
little buddy.
Just said
He
buddy.
did.
I didn't call him little.
Oh,
buddy.
you did.
He said little
Oh,
buddy.
I
He's,
think you
far,
said I
he's
did.
nothing but little.
Come on, little buddy.
Call him buddy.
Little buddy is so disrespectful, bro.
It is.
I didn't call him
It is
little
pretty
buddy.
condescending.
That sounded like it's super. It's
Pfeiffer,
okay,
you gonna
little
take
buddy.
that? You gonna take that?
This is my
take
job.
it.
That's my
Dude,
job in this
wow.
podcast. Is just take
Yeah,
shit
yeah.
from everybody.
Damn.
Apparently.
The battleship
I don't do
over
that
there.
much shit. Not on the pod. Man.
Oh man.
I got one.
Okay.
It's not really a gear thing, but be slightly damp the entire time. It's not necessarily raining, but you're just always damp everywhere.
You can't get dry.
Can't get dry,
Ugh.
right? But temperature wise, perfect. You're very, very temperate. Good, even temperature. Or dry as a bone. No need for powder or anything. No rubbing.
No powder?
But damn, is it hot?
Hot.
It's like a dry heat.
But you're not sweating?
But you're not. No, you're not damp. You're comfortable. Your moisture wicking clothes are doing everything they're supposed to do, keeping you exactly where you need to be. But it is hot.
I'm going hot.
damp.
Yeah,
I'm going damp as well.
Yeah, dude, chafing is going to be unreal.
I figured that's where I'd get you.
Yeah.
I said no
Yeah.
chafing. You're like, oh my
But,
gosh.
wait, no chafing? You promise we can do this?
There, I will say this, and I've talked about it. I have done 2 trips now where the first number of the temperature is 9. It sucks.
Yeah, and not
Yeah,
because
I'd
you're
rather
sweating.
be wet.
But he
Right,
said you're not
yeah.
sweating.
But still, it doesn't suck because you're wet. It sucks because it's hot.
sweating or not.
Yeah, but you've been in that desert heat before where
Yeah.
it's just like
Sucks, man.
bacon, dude.
See, I don't mind that dry heat.
Yeah.
No, I mean both the
I guess
trips I
if
did.
I've
One
just-
was in Pennsylvania and the other was in.
Kentucky.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude, it sucked.
Yeah.
It sucked.
I think I'd go damp too.
Am I the only hot?
Yeah,
You're the
Dry
only
and
hot,
hot.
bro. Dry and hot.
more wet and
I mean,
comfortable.
dude, everything is
wet
harder.
and comfortable.
Everything's
Dude, the
harder.
wet. See, like
Dude,
we
the
also
wet
like
is you're gonna get all pruny and
well,
shit.
the first
and we're
thing-
not dripping.
Yeah,
you're
damp.
just damp.
See, here's
You're
the thing: is
just
we
perpetually damp.
did a trip damp.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
and it was cold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I would love to do that a little warmer.
Yeah,
You know?
if
You
the
just
temp-
feel
if
like
it was
you're in a warm
70
bath.
degrees and
Yeah.
I was that
Yeah,
way,
bro.
fine. No,
Just feel like you're in a warm bath.
I
all
like
day.
I'm
sitting
still
in
gonna
the,
go
I like
dry
sitting
heat.
in the pool with all my
your
clothes on.
fingers are going to be pruny like all day.
Yeah, your feet are gonna get all tore up.
That's what I do every morning. I get dressed. I just walk in the pool real quick, walk out, and just spend the rest of my day like that.
That's how you pack your pack too, with all that wet bag of clothes.
Well,
and
you
everything.
know, you got to just lean into it. So, all right. Would you rather? This is not a gear one, but I thought it was funny. Would you rather wake up with 50 mosquito bites, or wake up to find a tick in your belly button?
man, tick.
tick.
Oh, dude, no.
But it's like pretty in there.
50,
It's like pretty in
50,
there.
Bro.
your whole day's ruined, man.
Yeah,
if you could take care
could
of one
now
tick,
have Lyme disease too.
all right. But yeah, your day,
But
the
you
rest
can
of
get
your
to the
day is
doctor.
okay. Yeah, 50. You're
Day or
you're
so.
suffering the entire day.
They
with
can't
50
do anything
mosquito
about
bites.
it if you've already got it.
once you get bit by the tick, you're dead.
The only thing that what
like
they
a
say is
poisonous
you're not
snake.
dead.
That's how
You're
it
not
works.
dead.
There's a little bit more.
Well, hold on.
Instant
Lyme
death.
disease sucks. I know people with it. It sucks real bad.
Yes.
But once the tick gets on you, if it has Lyme disease, there's no like go to the doctor and get it fixed.
not
No, you
like-
have it.
Yeah.
So what they say you should do is, and I don't know if anybody does this. I've never done this, and I've taken a couple ticks off my kids. So you're supposed to take the tick
And
in
get 'em tested.
and get it tested
Yeah,
to see if it's
right.
Lyme disease.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, it's very slim chances that you get Lyme
Right.
disease from a tick, but there's still a possibility. That's like one of the main ways you
But
get
this tick
Lyme disease.
in
is
your belly
ticks.
button has Lyme disease in it. So
Well, that wasn't part of the scenario. Yeah,
And the
wasn't part of it.
mosquitoes have West Nile.
so you're dying either way.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like the tick could be removed. That's I'll stick with that.
I'm going mosquitoes.
But mosquitoes
you just do
suck.
the plus sign on
Yeah,
it.
that
You're
doesn't
good to
work.
go.
The plus side, yeah, the X. Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
What are you, a
50
third
times.
grader?
You're just doing this all day.
Yeah.
Well, originally I said on your face, but I was like, that's too much. Just let's
Dang,
scatter
yeah.
across the body.
I got chamomile. I'll bring with me.
There you
Also,
go.
wouldn't getting stung or bit, whatever it is, by a mosquito that many times, that could make you sick? Like, not because they have something,
don't
but I think
know.
just the volume of being, couldn't that mess
It's
you
not-
up?
I don't
it's not
think
like a
so.
bee sting.
No.
It's just a bump.
Yeah.
Yeah, but man, well, I don't know. That's
I mean,
a lot.
I've probably
50's
had like
Yeah.
20.
Yeah.
Like, dude, on your legs.
50
and
seems
shit?
like a lot.
50 is a lot. That's why
that's too much.
A tick in your belly button. Is,
okay.
I hate ticks.
Speaking of 50, would you rather carry a 60-pound pack all weekend or hike 10 miles in Crocs?
10 miles in Crocs.
Say the 60-pound pack all weekend?
Yeah, carry a 60-pound pack all weekend or hike 10 miles in Crocs.
60's heavy.
Crocs.
Yeah, 60's really heavy.
Dude, 60's
Crocs,
a lot of weight.
like, and the type of hiking we do, especially some of the harder trips, like your feet will be messed.
Sport mode, baby.
You're still sliding around.
Yeah,
What am I
it's
saying?
not gonna be.
You don't
I
have
definitely
socks.
did more than 10 on half a Croc.
Yeah.
Well, you were not in a Croc though.
You were in a sandal, and that
was close.
It had some.
Did
had a
you-
little
60
bit.
pounds
don't
is
have-
a lot
hey,
of
60
weight.
pounds a lot.
You don't have socks. You're not wearing socks in the Crocs.
Can manage.
I've never worn
Socks in
Crocs
the
with
Crocs.
socks in my
So
life.
my
wear
feet
Crocs
will
and socks all
be.
the time.
My feet might be a little tore up. Might be a little bit sore.
Chewed
I'll
up,
recover
yeah.
from that faster than I'll recover from
The weight.
I don't
The
know. It's a
absolute
hard one. I don't know if I want to
shred.
answer.
I thought you were
shoulder
trying to get
shredding. It's
shredded.
going to happen. That's not the kind of
I
shred
thought you were
want.
trying to get yoked.
Not the kind of yoked. My shoulders would be.
You're looking
destroyed.
mighty yoked over there.
What is happening,
Is it because he eats eggs?
Paul?
I'm off the defense.
You guys are in rare form tonight.
Off the
All right, I got
defense.
one. I got
I
one.
didn't answer.
I got one.
I'm gonna go 60 pounds.
Pretend I got one. Pretend you're backpacking, and sorry.
Oh God.
Oh wait, we're backpacking.
right, so
we're backpacking. Oh, of course we're backpacking.
Let's
We're not going
pretend
to
we're
space.
out. Let's pretend we're outside. We're
I would
out in
love
the
to go to
outdoors.
space.
This is fun. I love this podcast. No one's listening at this point, but I love this.
All right. Here's one.
Gosh.
Would you rather wear your boots on the wrong feet all day, or wear all of your clothes backwards?
That's a really good one.
So everything, like your pants,
Close backwards.
your underwear,
Close backwards.
your jacket.
Yeah.
You got to wear a jacket
Hey,
backwards.
you
Close
zip me up.
backwards. I'm going close backwards.
Zip me up.
Yeah.
It's like putting on a dress. Hey, honey, can you zip me up?
Can you zip me?
Oh my god.
What do you got to put your hood on?
No, you
Right
don't
up
wear a
front.
hood.
You just, dude, it's a feed
I
bag.
feel like-
you can put some food in there.
I feel like
Shit.
I feel like pants backwards would be so uncomfortable.
Not,
Dude,
not
terrible.
yeah. These pants.
Yeah,
This is
joggers
fine.
would be
Yeah,
all
depends
right.
on
I guess
that.
when you wear
Yeah.
pajamas on the trail, it doesn't matter.
Pajamas.
Those of us with
If there's a
actual
zipper
clothes.
and then then it's like
Yeah.
you just got to have a wedgie the whole
Yeah.
time for sure.
I mean, like
Underwear, dude.
jeans. Oh, you're not wearing jeans, obviously, but like an actual pant backwards.
Imagine wearing jeans on the,
the
trail.
butt.
Yeah. Oh, let me check my front pockets. My frockets.
My frockets. There are pockets in the front, but
I know,
On
but
the
there's
side,
still
but not right in the front.
it's a frocket.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's funny.
We're so beyond.
Yeah, you guys are
Crisscross.
talking.
Oh, bro. Paul's right, dude.
Crisscross?
Yeah, dude. Back in the 90s.
Gonna
Dude,
make
you
it
guys don't
jump.
sport like that on the trail?
Yeah.
Oh, the frockets. Look at
Yeah,
them.
Bro.
That is
pockets.
like the definition of frumpy.
That's what my that's
man.
my Halloween costume for this year for sure.
Nice.
Going as crisscross.
Crisscross,
Nice
dude.
touch.
Yeah.
Someone had to button that up for him.
Yep, yep,
Yeah,
yep.
dude.
You can just put it on like a shirt.
They helped each
you
other.
pull it over.
They helped
Yeah,
each
just
other.
put it over.
Crisscross helped each other get dressed.
All right. I got it. Would you rather wear a pack that chafes your hips or socks that are constantly sliding down?
Ooh.
Boy.
Nobody likes socks that are sliding down.
All right, so here's how I'm analyzing this. I wear boots that go above the ankle.
I
Yep.
think I'm
If
tracking with
the
you.
socks were to slide down, some natural. I don't
There'd
think I
be some
noticed as
stopping.
much
Nope,
as
they're
if I was
sliding,
wearing
they're
a
sliding
shoe.
all the way to your ankle regardless of the boots.
But yeah, but I still got something.
Nope, I make the rules. That's my game.
No,
My
I'm not.
question.
I'm not arguing that. I'm saying, but the boot is there.
would kind of
still.
stop.
In
Yeah.
this scenario, you're outside hiking.
Once the you're in the wilderness.
Oh god.
I would agree. Even if it goes down to my ankle, it's in my foot is in the shoe, so it
Yeah.
won't slide past that.
Right. Right.
So
sure.
I'm in that camp. Just
Yeah,
chafing on the hips.
chafing on the hips
no
is bad.
bueno.
That's
Your
a
boot's
really-
your
yeah.
boot's gonna come up and make contact with your skin, so it's gonna rub a little bit on your.
Yeah,
I would hate
that's
that.
that's more manageable than the hip.
I'm with you.
I guess
on
the
this
scenario
one.
is basically like, would you rather your boot rub against your ankle all day, or the
yeah,
hip belt
right.
chafe against your hip?
Right.
Right.
And I think
I'd go
that,
boot.
man, I actually think I might go hip because just take care of your feet. You know, Lieutenant Dan, like,
Oh,
you
but
don't
that's
want
your
that shit-
ankle.
Yeah, but
Your
that's
feet
your
are
ankle.
good
At
there.
the
Yeah.
same time, dude, like that.
I've
both
had
will be annoying.
I've had packs that have not done well in the hip arena.
I've
Yeah,
had some hip rubbing,
Bad.
and it's not ideal.
I've replaced a pack because of that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
but I've never had ankle.
I think I could work with the ankle a little bit more.
I'll probably go sock sliding down.
Because then actually,
Find
you know
some
what?
tape,
You know the
get
hip
some
problem.
KT tape. There's some
Yeah.
solving that you could do.
The hip problem translates to other problems too. Because what do you
Yeah.
do when the hip's
Then you
rubbing? You
chuck
hike
it
it up on
up.
your shoulders.
Oh,
more.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, then you put your arms up here. You try to take the weight in other
Yeah,
places,
that
and then your
sucks.
shoulders get sore.
Posture issues.
Yeah.
Bad.
Yeah. So
It's a tricky one.
that was a tricky one. That was a good one.
That's a good one. I like it. God, I have so many. I'm sorry. I keep going.
I know you guys keep
I have
going.
50
I
of
gotta
them.
find
Go ahead,
one
Alex.
here.
Alex.
Well, no, you go ahead while I find one.
Would you rather your camp stove, every time you use it, it sounds like a rocket launch? Like it's like a rocket launching, like really loud. Not like an actual rocket launching. Not like, oh, that sounds loud. Like an actual one. Or when you use it,
That's like badass.
It smells exactly like burnt hair.
I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention.
Thanks. Would you
So
rather...
we're backpacking.
We're backpacking. We're out in the camping.
So we're outside.
Would you rather your camp stove sound exactly like a rocket launcher?
Oh, okay.
Or smell exactly like burnt hair every time you light it?
Would your food taste like burnt hair then
So-
too?
No, I think it's just
So
like
just
when you
the smell.
just when it's on, it smells like burnt hair,
And then
or
when
it
it's
sounds
off-
like a rocket launcher.
And then when it's off,
no burnt
hair's
hair,
gone.
no rocket launcher.
I'm going burnt hair.
I mean
Dude, the speed
noise-
and efficiency with that, the noise wouldn't last long.
I guess. I mean, it's
It
loud.
just sounds like it though. It doesn't actually work any better.
Well, so it's not an actual rocket.
Correct.
Burnt hair, I'm walking away from that thing.
I guess. Yeah. The noise, like I wouldn't. It just be. It'd be
you can't
distracting.
walk away.
You gotta be there.
I'll be at a distance.
Unplug my ears. No, you have to smell the hair and you have to hear the rocket.
I don't mind hearing it. I'm more concerned about like.
That's the dumbest. You have to smell it and you can't block your ears.
Yes, that's the scenario.
I'll take the hair then.
I think so.
Whatever.
Just walk away.
I would be more concerned about how annoying that would be for everybody in like a 3-mile radius of
be
how
able to
loud
hear.
that would be.
Yeah,
That'd be
break
crazy
crazy
loud.
Yeah.
That would suck for everybody. So
It'd be fun to hear
I'll
once.
I'll suffer for them.
It would be fun to hear once.
It would be.
Like
Just
your
an
hair's
obnoxious
flying back.
hell.
Yeah.
Your cheeks are flapping.
Just obnoxiously loud. Yeah.
You're like Woody, you know, and Woody's
Oh,
flying.
yeah,
I mean, that would be like, just imagine going out and especially in a campsite where there's people close enough by and
Yeah.
just like holding an air horn down for like a minute.
God, dude, that would be
Just
horrible.
Just until it runs out.
Imagine, speaking of air horns, imagine if we were like, I'm trying to think of, we've been like some really like wild places.
Yeah.
Imagine being out, like we're at the Cirque of the Towers, right? And it's quiet.
And all of a sudden.
Imagine all of a sudden
Yeah,
we were
dude.
just in our tents and we just heard a friggin' air
Yeah.
horn. Dude, you would you'd be awake in no time.
That'd be brutal.
In the middle of the night.
Yeah.
All right, so I got one.
Please go.
Would you rather your left boot, the sole comes off, just one of your boots, or one of your socks has a hole in it the size of a fist?
So the whole bottom.
Yeah, you're soleless on one shoe or one boot, or you have a monster hole in a sock.
Hole in the sock.
Yeah, because like you're gonna have to walk all funny. You're gonna be your back's gonna hurt. You're
I would
gonna
just
start
change
getting-
socks. Sorry, yes.
I
Right
usually bring 3 pairs. I would just change socks.
Yeah.
No, all the socks have holes in them.
Every single. Yeah.
You must smell the burnt hair.
Hole in the sock.
Yeah,
I think so,
I
yeah.
think that the risk of injury and blister is definitely
you're gonna
there.
trip all over.
But at the same
Plus,
time,
the
sole-
inside of a shoe is still
Not
it's
terrible.
It's not like sandpaper. It's still, there's somewhat comfortable fabric.
depending
in
where the
there.
hole is.
What do you mean?
Like it could be on the side, like the ball of your
It's-
ankle.
I
it
guess
would-
that's
It
true.
would still be annoying
It would-
regardless.
It would be annoying either
I was
way.
imagining it like on the bottom. heel
Yeah,
or
like if
whatever,
it was
but-
just straight up on the heel, okay, whatever.
You know what would be the most annoying is if the whole ball of your like foot is just that's bare skin. So it's just that because that like it's where all the pressure and where all the rubbing is.
Dude,
It's
it would
just
get
the entire
raw.
Yeah,
If you didn't have a sock, like no socks, your foot would get raw.
It'd be like if you had fingerless, fingerless gloves. Like if just the front of your socks was just cut off.
I know a
That
guy.
would suck.
I know a guy who is like been in the shoe industry for like 30 years and worked for big companies, like design stuff, all this kind of stuff. Does not wear socks with any of his shoes ever.
What?
Yes,
you can do that with like one pair, like Sperry's. Like you can do that with one type of shoe, boat shoe.
Every shoe.
I used to wear my Toms with
stink.
They stink.
Yeah, but
that's
still,
the
it's
problem.
it reeks.
Yeah, I used to wear my Toms with barefoot.
How do they smell?
It
stunk.
wasn't good, dude. I would have to literally go home, or like if I were like, this is early on, so like if I was going on a date with Kay or something like that, I would have to like take my shoes off. I'd have to like go into the sink and like wash my feet.
Yeah, dude, you'd be like, "Hey, I want to go watch a movie when we get home from dinner," and then all of a sudden you're like, "What the hell is that smell,
dude,
man?"
That's rank.
It's like I feel like a mental or like a memory of it's like summer. You're like in high school and you're just like, "Oh yeah, let's chuck my shoes on and I'll like leave," and then it's like 90 degrees, you're sweating, you pull your foot out of that shoe, the insole, that lasagna noodle slide, and then it's like, oh,
never goes back in the right way.
It never goes back.
Never.
That's why you gotta have the sock.
Never, bro.
Yeah. And with Logan and Isaac, like they do that all the time, and there's just insoles that are gone forever.
Gone.
Come on,
They'll
man.
just once they're out of the shoe
Yeah, they're gone.
in Narnia, dude, they're just gone.
Yeah, my son's only allowed to like put on like his rubber boots or sandals without socks.
Yeah, very
socks
limited
on, dude.
Yeah,
Right.
selection of shoes that you can do that with. God, and they stink.
So bad. So bad. All right. I've got two more.
Here, I got one.
Good. You got one? Okay.
Would you rather be mildly hypothermic or mildly dehydrated?
Yo.
That hurts.
All right, so I'm thinking what
You're on the
mildly-
trail.
Which one's more dangerous?
So mildly hypothermic. What symptoms are you having?
Just put clothes on.
All right, just start a fire.
Warm up.
Mildly hypothermic. What symptoms are you having in mild hypothermia?
Probably
shivering?
like shivering. Yeah, chattery teeth.
Yeah, dude. I don't
Icicles
like
on the
that.
So you're
eyebrows.
just really cold. Your dexterity in your fingers is starting to go.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's actually find out what some symptoms are of mild hypothermia.
We got some shivering, cold skin, confusion, slurred speech, clumsiness,
Sounds like you every day.
Sounds like a day that ends in Y.
Clumsiness.
drowsiness, rapid heartbeat, and breathing, poor judgment, increased urination, and nausea.
Increased.
Yeah.
That sounds terrible.
I just be
But
peeing
dehydration.
constantly.
So
I'm always
It's probably
mildly
similar list.
dehydrated.
Yeah.
Always.
I was gonna say I've been dehydrated more times in my life than I have been close to hypothermia. So
Yeah.
I feel like that one I can handle better.
I think we're more prepared.
because
for
dehydration is
being
going to be
dehydrated.
what, headaches and
Headaches,
dizziness,
fatigue.
fatigue.
Thirst, dry mouth, dark colored urine, dizziness, lightheadedness, fatigue, tiredness, headache, muscle cramps, dry skin.
Yeah, it's like those
Less
Arizona tea
frequent
bottles on the
urination.
highway.
Yeah, less frequent.
So I will
well, yeah,
go.
you're dehydrated.
I guess dehydration.
I actually I'm gonna go the other way
You think?
because
Hypothermic.
describing those symptoms, like having those symptoms of like thirst, dry mouth, all that stuff, and not being able to drink water, like that's why you're dehydrated, would be so hard. Like that would be really hard. And I get like being cold enough and you can't warm up, like would be horrible too. But like not being able to drink water when you're really thirsty would suck.
So are you like intentionally drinking only enough to keep you mildly dehydrated and not get you out of there?
You're thinking too hard. It's
I
just one
am.
or the other.
It's a game, all right?
I'm just trying to think.
I would
how
go
long are you in that
mildly
state?
dehydrated.
How long are
I
you
think
gonna be in that
dehydrated
state?
for a day.
Hypothermia scares
that would-
me, and
yeah,
I don't like
same.
being cold.
Yeah, I'm with you.
I'm a freeze baby.
Because there's like,
Yeah.
if you don't do anything about both of those, then there's like, it progresses
The next
to something
step.
worse. So if you're just saying you're stuck in, you're not going to get any
Yeah.
worse, but you're just stuck there for a whole day.
Yeah, for a whole day.
being cold for a day?
yeah, it would
Yeah.
suck.
No, it's stuck a lot.
I'd probably
Pass.
still take cold.
yeah,
Yeah, I want to drink water while I'm cold.
The weird thing about hypothermia is when they find people, they find them like completely naked.
Yep.
It's almost like you get
when
like
confused.
delirious.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
and you think that your body's hot.
Yes.
And you
Yeah.
just strip all
That's
your clothes.
crazy.
It's wild.
That's why
Yeah.
on Everest,
What?
on Everest, when they found some people, it's the front of their jackets
Correct.
unzipped and they're just
or their
fully
gloves are
exposed.
off, or they
Gloves
take
are
their
off.
boots off and stuff.
And then
yeah.
that's what really does them in.
Well, I don't
'cause
want
it's
that.
like,
Then.
yeah.
you know,
I
full
wanna
of-
be-
that's-
I'd rather be
dude,
thirsty.
But we're not dying in this scenario.
No, yeah.
and
That's
that's
when you
full on hypothermia.
Yeah.
That's
Right,
like
right.
hypoxic. That
Yes.
you've got
A lot of
haze,
things
You've
going
got
on.
all kinds of stuff happening when you're at that point.
yeah.
Like it's just different.
Crazy
But,
what your body
Severe
does.
hypothermia.
yeah.
Body convinces you that you're like overheating and it's, negative 40.
Hearing you say that
Yeah.
that's like scary.
Yeah.
That's really scary.
Watch any Everest
I
documentary,
know,
dude. It's
I know.
like,
but
it's
hearing
terrifying.
Just the way you like, oh, they're like shirts open, their gloves are like, dude,
yeah, it's
damn. Imagine
It's
being,
horrifying.
being so screwed up from being cold that like you're making those decisions. And
horrifying.
Oh my
and
God.
being like, especially on some of those Everest
scary.
ones where like they're on the radio talking to these people and trying to like talk sense into them. It's like,
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
like
yeah.
that's not what you want to do. And they're
Bud,
gone,
leave your
dude.
goggles on. Hey
Yeah.
man, you got to put that mask back on. Please don't take your gloves off. Yeah, it's wild.
It's like
Crazy.
They're so gone. They think that's the right thing to do.
That's
But it's
really scary.
exactly the
Well,
right thing.
this got really sad.
It did.
that was my bad.
Let's do a ridiculous one.
All right, I've got two. One's silly.
Yeah, we got to bring it back to for the one listener that we have. We got to bring it
This
back.
one got
It got
a
through
little
all of our
off.
giggling.
Yeah.
All right. So, would you rather every animal you encounter mistake you for a salt lick, or have birds constantly trying to land on your head thinking it's a nest?
Salt lick.
You want
a
that?
bunch of
You want
animals.
the big- you want the
you're not
big
gonna
old
be
deer
able to
coming up?
hick. You're, or hi-
Dude, I
hike.
don't
You're not gonna be able to hike.
Dude, birds not
Birds would be
going
annoying.
to your hair.
Dive bombing like all day.
Are they really like disruptive? Like, are they just kind of like laying on the
making
head?
a nest.
They're trying to make a nest, bro.
They're grabbing your hair. They're bringing more hair to
They're
you.
pulling it. They're bringing worms.
What
Yeah.
kind of bird?
Birds.
That makes a difference.
What kind of bird
Are
are
we talking
you?
like a blue jay? Are we talking about a cardinal? Are we
A
talking
robin.
Or are we
All
talking
the-
about
all the
a robin?
above.
So that's like, it's not big.
That's not that
You
big.
get like a crow or a raven or
Yeah, that would be
a
intense.
eagle.
But
Then
here's the
it's
thing:
just like,
with the animals that think you're a salt lick, yeah, it could be a deer, could be a bear,
ooh,
Could be a raccoon.
could be a raccoon, could be a squirrel.
Could be a bunny.
rabies. I would just
No,
not
they're,
go
they're
outside.
not biting you. They're
Not,
just-
not go outside.
Can I just put a hat on?
Well,
I'll just bring bear spray.
I wear a hat every time we go out. Yeah, this is easy.
Gosh. I immediately went to Salt Lake, but I mean, bears is a factor.
I like birds. I'll do birds.
I'm kind of leaning bird, which is
Yeah,
weird
you might
because
be-
it would be really annoying.
You might be convincing me. It's the annoying thing that got me at first.
They're picking at your hair though with like
I know,
the
but
the
like
beak.
based like almost not certain, but more likelihood of death. On the other hand, you know,
Is it leave no trace to bring
Okay.
a tennis racket and swat him out of the air when they try to land on you?
Yes.
Like bringing a bug zapper.
Yeah,
Like
they-
there's a trail of dead birds for like 25 miles
Yeah,
on this loop.
you're supposed to leave the animals alone. remember?
Okay, so let me.
What? They're
let
not
me-
leaving me alone.
Here's a further wrinkle to the
You're in
to the
their
question.
home.
Then, based on the trips we've gone on, what
Right.
scenario would you take? Salt Lick. We never see animals on the ground.
But
You can have a coyote walk up
They'll
to you.
find you,
man.
but they'll find you because you're a salt lick.
Yeah.
yeah.
You're gonna have animals on you, one way or another. Yeah, I'm doing birds.
And
Listen,
are all like are
The
all
salt
types
lick
of
is a
animals,
fancy way to say, would you rather have animals following you all over the place or birds trying to get in your
Right.
hair?
Yeah,
I mean, replace it with like
Yeah.
honey or jelly. It's like everything that's gonna walk up and is gonna want
You're
to just
sticky.
get a taste.
you're not greasy.
If you
you're
add sticky, if you add
sticky.
sticky to it, then I'm going with birds.
Well, actually,
yeah, in that case, birds.
maybe, yeah.
Let's really dig in, guys.
Greasy and birds, that's what I want.
Me too.
Oh man,
Sticky and Salt Lick.
That's funny.
Yuck.
Maybe two more.
Sure. Who's got one?
Brian, you got one, and I got one more last one.
I had it. It was in all the 50 that I had. Oh wait, no, where'd it go? No, go ahead.
Okay. Not as goofy. Would you rather backpack solo or with 10 complete strangers?
strangers.
Solo.
You don't know anything about these people.
Solo.
Brand new, meet them at the trailhead.
I still think strangers. The story would be insane.
It would be.
be an insane story.
I'm very torn on this. That's why I think it's a good last question.
So-
'cause, yeah.
I struggle on this one because both of them, like, not picking one for me isn't saying like, oh, I don't want to do that. I guess it's for me. It's which one do I want to do more, right?
Sure. Because I think like in my thought is like I would probably pick solo because I've never done it before, and this if it's either like, hey, this might be a good opportunity for me to go solo, but also at the same time like 10 complete strangers, it could be like epic and funny, and like I'm a personable, outgoing person, so like I could enjoy this, but at the same time you don't know who you're gonna get.
I want to do a solo trip, so I'm gonna do solo.
That's where I think I want to do both because it would be extremely fun. I don't know how we'd set that up. Trail Theory listeners, if you want to go hiking, we should probably do that. That'd be fun to do.
Well, they wouldn't be random. They would be thoroughly informed, right?
Exactly.
Backpackers.
They would be awesome.
Listen to
that's another factor too. Unless you're literally like picking people up off the street who would never even think of going backpacking.
No, it's just
these are still people who are like
you're
at
the trailhead.
Yeah, that's right. So there's
it's
generally
basically
an interest
just like a trail family. You just make a new trail family.
Yeah.
Having met people that I didn't know at the trailhead and hiking with them.
Yeah,
it was a cool story.
A lot of beautiful people out there. So I would.
Strangers off the street though, different story. Then I want to go solo.
Like if you're driving a van down the street and it's like you.
Old school style. We'll have that before dinner.
Dude's double fisting Annie Ann's pretzels. And you're like, come on, bro. I'd be like, yeah, maybe not.
We're going to the woods.
Going to the woods.
Yeah. So I do want to do solo though. A little bit more, at least first. I want to get one solo trip in at some point in life, even if I only ever do one. I just want to do one.
Man, you saying that. My desire has always been I don't want to go solo.
Yeah.
I think at some point.
It would be so peaceful, dude.
At some point, I'd like to do maybe one.
I kind of want to do it this year.
I think I would panic.
At night?
No.
Just in general?
Really?
Yeah. Not like
it's scary.
Lonely, just
it scares me.
Yeah, it's like, man, I just want to be around people.
Just
night would be the only eerie thing for me. It would be cool for everything else, though.
Yeah. I think the same for me.
Yeah, I'd have a couple moments.
Just take an Ambien or something like that and knock me.
Just drugs.
Just drug it up and just, I'm out. Wake up 10 hours later, ready to go.
I don't think I would want to do more than one night, though.
Yeah, I agree.
I think I'd do one night. I'm with you, though. I think I'd be a little spooked.
Yeah, I think so.
There'd be moments. I mean, there's been spook moments on our trips.
Yeah, but we can hug each other. We can cuddle.
Yeah, but I mean that's part of it. That's part of the excitement.
Can't cuddle a stranger.
You cuddle. No?
Well, if you ask nicely.
You can come in to be good friends. Can you hear me? Do you bring how do you knock on the side of a tent?
Oh, I bring a piece of plywood.
I was gonna say, you bring a door?
Yeah, I bring a piece of plywood so you guys can knock.
Yeah,
it's a new thing I'm doing.
Watch out, it's
You'll
sticky.
see.
Sticky wood. Yuck.
Oh man.
Oh god, this was
something.
It was something.
I hope you guys liked all the giggles.
Yeah, it was silly. I hope you played along. Comment below if you were doing it. Like, what would you rather do? If you had a favorite or something like that, let us know. You can email us, trailtheorypod@gmail.com is the email. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we will see you next time.
So for this next one, so imagine you're in the woods.
The Trail Theory Podcast is sponsored by Audimute and Audio Technica. Music by Dan Koch.